Hello students, let's do quadrilaterals, exercise 20b, questions 1 to 8. This is on page number 216. Question 1. In a trapezium ABCD, side AB is parallel to side DC. So in a trapezium, only one pair of lines will be parallel to each other. So here it is AB and DC. The other two lines are not parallel. If angle A is 78 degrees, so let's write that down. Angle A is 78 degrees and angle C is 120 degrees. Then find angles B and D. So we need to find B and we need to find D. So let's start by saying AB is parallel to DC, and can you see the line BC? That is a transversal. Transversal is a line that passes through two parallel lines. Now, when there are two lines that are parallel like this in a trapezium, there are two pairs of co-interior angles. The co-interior angles are A and D, and the other pair is angles B and C. And the sum of co-interior angles is equal to 180 degrees. That means angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees. So let's substitute and find angle A is 78 degrees plus angle D is 180 degrees. So we can find angle D, that is 180 degrees minus 78 degrees. I'm transposing plus 78 to the other side. It becomes minus 78. Now let's subtract 180 and 78. 180 minus 78. So this is 7, 10, 10 minus 8 is 2, then 0 and 1. So angle D is equal to 102 degrees. Now on the other side, angle C and angle B are also co-interior angles. And the sum of co-interior angles is equal to 180. So angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Now angle B we need to find out. So we'll write it as it is. Now angle C, as you can see, is 120 degrees. Together they add up to 180 degrees. Therefore, angle B will be 180 degrees minus 120 degrees. So let's subtract that 180 minus 120. So 0, 8 minus 2 is 6 and then 0. So we have 60 degrees. So angle B is equal to 60 degrees. So we have found the value of angle D to be 102 degrees and the value of B to be 60 degrees. Question 2. In a trapezium ABCD, side AB is parallel to side DC. And if A is x degrees and angle D is 3x minus 20 degrees, we have to find the value of x. So when two sides are parallel in a trapezium, there will be two pairs of co-interior angles. And angle A and angle D are one pair of co-interior angles. Okay, so first thing is AB is parallel to DC and we know that BC is transversal. Then there is a pair of co-interior angles here and the sum of each pair of co-interior angles is 180 degrees. That means angle A plus angle D is equal to 180 degrees because they are co-interior angles. Now let's substitute the values. So angle A is x degrees plus angle D is 3x minus 20 degrees. So this is equal to 180 degrees. So let's open the brackets. So this will be x degrees plus 3x degrees minus 20 degrees. Together they add up to 180 degrees. Now let's add up x and 3x here. X plus 3x, this is 1. So that will be 4x degrees minus 20 equals 180 degrees. So what does that mean? It means that 4x degrees is equal to 180 degrees plus 20 degrees. So 180 plus 20. So this is 0, 8 plus 2 is 10, carry 1, 2. So 4x is equal to 200 degrees. That means x will be equal to 200 divided by 4. So let's divide 200 by 4. So 200 divided by 4, 20 is there, we'll take 20, 4 5s are 20, minus, then let's take the 0 up, that's 0. So 4 into 50 is 200. So this means that x degrees is equal to 50 degrees. So the answer is 50 degrees. Question 3. The angles ABCD of a trapezium ABCD are in the ratio 3:4:5:6. So let A is to B is to C is to D, B 3:4:5:6. Now what are we supposed to do? We have to find all the angles of the trapezium, and we also have to name the two sides which are parallel and give reason. So three parts. First part is find all the angles. Second is name the two sides that are parallel, and third is give a reason for your answer. So let's start by saying let the angles of the trapezium be 3x, 4x, 5x and 6x. So there are four angles in a trapezium, and these are the four angles, and we know that the sum of the interior angles will always be 360 degrees. That means if I add up all these, that is 3x plus 4x plus 5x plus 6x will be equal to 360 degrees. So let's add up all the x. So we have 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 5 is 12, 12 plus 6 is 18. So we have 18x is equal to 360 degrees. That means x will be 360 degrees divided by 18. So let's do that division. 360 divided by 18. 18 twos are 36 minus, so I have a 0 which I carry up, 0 minus 0. So we have found the value of x to be 20. So x is equal to 20 degrees. Now we are going to use this to find the value of all the angles. So let's start with angle A. So angle A is equal to 3x, which is 3 into x. Again, this is 3 into x is 20 degrees. 3 twos are 6 and 0, that means 3 into 20 is 60. So this is the value of angle A. Let's go on to angle B. Angle B is 4x, which is 4 into x. Again, 4 into 20 degrees. And 4 twos are 8, 80 degrees. Angle C. Angle C is 5x, which is 5 into x. Again, 5 into 20 degrees, because that's the answer for x that we found out. 5 twos are 10 plus 1, 100 degrees. Angle D equals 6x, which is 6 into x. Again, 6 into 20 degrees. 6 twos are 12, add a 0, 120 degrees. So we have our answer. A is 60, angle B is 80 degrees, angle C is 100 degrees, and angle D is 120 degrees. So we finished the first part of the question. We have found all the angles. Now we have to name the two sides of this trapezium which are parallel to each other, and we have to give a reason for our answer. So let's continue to name the two sides of the trapezium which are parallel to each other. Now the next part of the question is we have to name the two sides of this trapezium which are parallel to each other. So I've drawn a trapezium to make it easier for us to understand. So here we have to name two sides which are parallel to each other and we have to give a reason for our answer. So in a trapezium, if two sides have to be parallel to each other, the co-interior angles should be equal to 180. Now what are the co-interior angles here? We have angle A and we have angle D. Angle A plus angle D should give us 180. So let's see that. Okay, let's see if they give us 180. So angle A is 60 degrees and angle D is 120 degrees. Now add this up and see if they give 180, 120 degrees plus 60, 0, 2 plus 6 is 8, 1. Yes, so that is giving us 180 degrees. Now let's see the other co-interior angles which are angles B and C. So angle B plus angle C should also give us 180 degrees. So angle B is 80 degrees and angle C is 100 degrees. So 100 plus 80 is 180 degrees. So now as you can see, the co-interior angles are equal to 180. So if they are equal to 180, then the sides A, B and DC are parallel to each other. So the sum of angle A plus angle D is 180. The sum of angle B plus angle C is 180. Therefore, what are the sides that are parallel to each other? A, B and DC are parallel. And what is the reason? As the angles are co-interior angles whose sum is 180 degrees. So we have told that AB and DC are parallel to each other and we have given a reason also for it. The co-interior angles are equal to 180. Moving on to the next question. In an isosceles trapezium, what is an isosceles trapezium? A trapezium is one quadrilateral in which one pair of sides are parallel to each other, and in case the other sides, that is the non-parallel sides, if they are equal in length, if both are equal in length, then we call it an isosceles trapezium. So in an isosceles trapezium, one pair of opposite sides are parallel in an isosceles trapezium and the other pair of opposite sides are equal. So the other pair is the non-parallel sides. Question 5. Two diagonals of an isosceles trapezium are x centimeter, and this is one diagonal, the length of one diagonal, and the other one is 3x minus 8 centimeter. Find the value of x. So we know the property that diagonals of an isosceles trapezium are of equal length. So that means x is equal to 3x minus 8. So I'm going to transpose a few things from one side to the other. So let me write 3x minus 8 is equal to x. I'm going to transpose minus 8 to the right hand side and x to the left hand side. So that will become 3x. Now x from the left hand side, now right it's plus. So when it comes to the left it becomes minus, and minus 8 when it moves to the other side becomes plus 8. So 3x minus x is 8. So 3 minus 1 is 2x is equal to 8. That means to find x we write 8 divided by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. So we've got our answer. The value of x is 4. So that will be 4 centimeters. Question 6. Angle A of an isosceles trapezium is 115 degrees. So let's mark there. So we've got a trapezium here, 115 degrees. Now we have to find angles B, C and D. So these are the angles we need to find: angle B, angle C and angle D. So this is an isosceles trapezium where one pair of sides are parallel and the other pair will be equal in length. So in an isosceles trapezium, there are a few things you have to remember: that angle A will be equal to angle B and angle D will be equal to angle C. This is one part. The next thing that you already know is that the co-interior angles will be equal to 180. Keeping these properties in mind, let's find the different angles. So the first thing is angle A is equal to angle B because it's an isosceles trapezium. And angle A we know is 115 degrees. So angle B is also 115 degrees. So we found angle B. Now we need to find angles D and C. Now angle A plus angle D, they are co-interior angles. They will be equal to 180 degrees. So angle A is 115 degrees plus angle D is what we are going to find out. Together they are 180 degrees. So let's find angle D. That will be 180 minus 115. So let's subtract that and see. 180 minus 115 minus, this is 7, 10 minus 5 is 5, 7 minus 1 is 6, 0, 65 degrees. So we have found angle D to be 65 degrees. So we found angles A already given, we found angle B, we found angle D. Now we should find angle C, and we know that angle C is equal to angle D. Now this is only in the case of an isosceles trapezium. So angle C will be equal to, how much is angle D? 65 degrees. So now we have found all the angles. Let's write it down. Angle A is given to us as 115 degrees. Angle B is equal to angle A, so that is also 115 degrees. Angle C is equal to angle D, which is 65 degrees. That means angle D is also 65 degrees. Next question, question 7. Two opposite sides of a parallelogram are 100 degrees each. Find each of the other two opposite angles. Okay, now here two opposite angles are 100 degrees and 100 degrees. Now, what is a parallelogram? It is a quadrilateral in which both the pairs of opposite sides are parallel. So here both will be parallel to each other. Now there are some properties here. Opposite angles are equal. So A and C are both 100 degrees each, and the adjacent angles A and B will be equal to 180 degrees. So let's find angles B and D. Adjacent angles of a parallelogram equals 180 degrees. So we have angle A plus angle B will be equal to 180 degrees. And angle A is given to us as 100 degrees. Angle A is 100 plus angle B. Together they should give us 180 degrees. So angle B will be 180 degrees minus 100 degrees. So 180 minus 100 is 80. Therefore, we found out the value of angle B. Angle B is 80 degrees. Then the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. As you can see, A and C are 100 degrees each. They are equal. So if B is 80 degrees, then angle D will also be 80 degrees. So angle D will be equal to angle B. So angle D is equal to, what is the value of B? 80 degrees. So now we have found the value of angles B and D. So let's write that down. Angle B, these are the other two opposite angles. Angle B is 80 degrees and angle D is also 80 degrees. Question 8. Two adjacent angles of a parallelogram are given to us 70 degrees and 110 degrees. Find the other two angles. Now this is easy, isn't it? Because in a parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal. So this will be 70 because it's opposite 70 degrees, and this will be 110 because it's opposite that angle. So here opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So let's name these angles. So A, B, C and D. So in that case, angles A and C are equal to each other. Angle A is equal to angle C. So angle A is 70 degrees. That means angle C is also 70 degrees. So we have found the value of angle C to be 70 degrees. Next one, angle B and angle D are also equal. Opposite angles are equal. So angle D is equal to angle B. Angle D is equal to 110 degrees. So we found the other two angles. Angle C is 70 degrees and angle D is 110 degrees. We'll stop with that for now. In our next video, we'll continue quadrilaterals, exercise 20B, question 9 onwards. Thank you, children.